do that when I pitch.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of U-News, where you can be the reporter. Check out the instructions below, find out, and send in your quick 30 to 60 second clip, and maybe take home this gorgeous corn-fed life Stanley Cup, or other prizes. All right, what do we got today for the people?
Today we got a lot of good stories, starting with Love Stinks. Here's why. Oddest of the hotel lost and found. A moose attack. Worst 911 calls of 2022. I want to hear that one. A hawk makes a house call. A car gets impaled by something unusual.
I saw a bald eagle today.
You did?
Flying right beside my car. Well, I was coming, he was going, but he flew just like, I don't know, 20 feet away.
Was he friendly? Did he wave?
He didn't wave.
Oh.
But he did play America the Beautiful on his little stereo.
Awesome.
Just kidding.
He was carrying it around with one wing.
It was out by the lake.
I noticed that cars that look like my car or vehicle when I'm driving the pickup are the ones that wave at me. They're like, oh, one of ours. So lots of fun stories today. Let's get started.
Bam! A diamond engagement ring accidentally flushed down the toilet of a Florida home was returned to its owners after being found lodged inside the commode 21 years later. Nick and Shayna Day said they weren't yet married when the ring went down the toilet 21 years ago at Nick's parents' house. She came to me one day and said, I think I lost my ring. She said, it was on the counter, now it's gone, and I think I may have flushed it down the toilet on accident, Nick Day said. Shayna said she had been wiping around the sink. That was a close one. I was clearing water off the counter with some toilet paper. My ring was sitting on the counter. I must have grabbed my ring by accident and tossed the toilet paper. It was one of the worst things I ever did, she wrote in a recent post. The couple said they went to great lengths to try to find the lost ring. I climbed down into the septic tank so we could pump every bit of it through a strainer to try to find it. No luck, Shayna Day said.
That's terrible.
Nick's parents said a plumber was replacing their toilet last month when he found the ring lodged inside. The ring was returned to the couple on Christmas Day.
Oh, nice.
It's a Christmas miracle, y'all. They brought this out. It was wrapped up in a little Christmas bag, so we opened it up and both of us knew exactly what it was, Nick recalled. It was the poop ring. The couple said they learned a lesson from the experience. Check your toilets when you lose things, Nick said. I think when I lose things, I don't typically expect to have thrown it in the toilet.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sift through raw sewage to find it. I would let it go at that point. Let it go.
Let it go, y'all. Come on now.
But, on a good note, so they ended up having toilet problems on Christmas Day, and it turned out to be a fabulous thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. That reminds me of a story that took place out in Oregon.
Oh?
Where a lady who's been married 50 years recently lost her ring, accidentally threw it in when she was cleaning up garbage that was spilled by the wind.
Oh.
Sorry,
yeah,
Mom.
It's sad. It's okay. Maybe it'll turn up and it'll become one of our news stories.
Maybe in 20 years, somebody will find it at the dump. But yes, this happened to my mom. They've been married over 50 years, and she recently lost her ring. She thinks it was during a recent storm. Of course, my mom, who's almost 80 years old, decided to take it upon herself. They live on a cul-de-sac, and all in a storm, all the cans were blown over and trash was scattered everywhere. So, of course, my almost 80-year-old mother decided it was her responsibility to clean up everybody's trash.
Of course.
Probably like 6 different trash cans. Clean it all up. It was pouring rain, and she was out there, probably in a little coat in the middle of the night, because that's what my mom does. And somehow through it all, lost her ring and didn't realize it till several days later. So the trash had already been dumped.
Yeah, it's too
Anyway,
bad.
sad, but I guess her and my dad said that it was okay because she'd had it for so many years and it was a special thing, and so it had gotten its use.
And you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the oddest thing that's ever been lost.
What's that?
Our next story explains very odd items that are in the lost and found in a hotel chain.
Ooh.
Hotel chain Travelodge revealed the most unusual items left behind at its British locations in 2022, including a pair of Japanese chin puppies and a soccer team themed wedding cake. Travelodge, which operates 580 hotels in Britain, said some of the most unusual items to pass through its lost and found offices in 2022 included a pair of puppies named J-Lo and Ben that were left behind at the Bath Central location, and a Liverpool Football Club themed wedding cake at the Liverpool Central stand Travelodge. Some other unusual items to be reunited with their owners included a pair of donkeys named Daisy and Duke, keys to a Sunseeker Hawk 38 powerboat, an oil painting of Queen Elizabeth II, a matching pair of Segway scooters, a 4-foot-tall model gingerbread man, a seagull, and a 6-foot-long Longwu Chinese dragon. Interestingly, the 22 Lost and Found audit also revealed that we are a nation striving for a healthy lifestyle, as we've seen a significant rise in smartwatches being left behind in our Travelodge hotels during the last 12 months. Spokeswoman Shakila Ahmed told Hotel News.
That's a long list of things.
Yeah, I had a hard time keeping up with that.
I can't believe somebody forgot their donkeys. How do you...
Or your painting of Queen Elizabeth II.
I don't know what's stranger, that you forgot your donkeys or that you were able to get your donkeys into a hotel.
Why are you traveling with your donkeys?
And what hotel is like, oh, there went a guy with some donkeys checking in. No,
cool.
Nothing to see there. A lot of hotels give us trouble for our dogs.
Yeah.
But those hotels let you bring donkeys,
Yeah, we
I
should
guess?
be staying at the Travelodge. Okay, so our next story is kind of a scary story of a moose attack.
An Alberta man fled up a tree when he encountered an aggressive moose in his neighborhood and captured video of the animal charging back and forth below. David Meredith said he was walking in his Anders on the Lake neighborhood in Red Deer when he noticed a moose nearby. He ended up doing a bluff charge, Meredith said, so I took that opportunity to scream like a little girl and run up that tree. Meredith recorded video of the moose once he reached a safe branch. The footage, which he posted online, shows the moose using its antlers to shake branches. He was grunting and had every intention to trample me by the looks of things,
Scary.
Meredith said. He said the moose finally left the area after about 10 or 15 minutes, allowing him to climb down and walk home. Crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder why the moose wanted him so bad even after he was up the tree and leaving the moose alone.
Threatened the moose.
That moose just really didn't like the looks of him.
That would be some 911 call, and that would be a legitimate 911 call. But I have a list of the worst 911 calls for 2022.
This should be fun.
Police in Saskatchewan, Canada are reminding residents not to abuse the 911 emergency line by revealing some of the most unusual calls of 2022, including calls about clogged drains and unwanted voicemails. Saskatchewan released its list of the top 10 non-emergency calls that missed the mark in 22 by being placed to 911, including a caller who requested assistance in deleting a voicemail from their phone, a caller whose bathtub drain was clogged, and a caller who used the emergency line to avoid being put on hold in a request for paperwork. Other non-emergencies that made the list of 22's most inappropriate 911 calls included a prank caller reporting a cougar, which turned out to be referencing the colloquial term for an attractive older woman. Another caller asked operators if they knew the name of the polite officer who had served in their community. The caller was hoping for an update to see how the officer's family was doing. Well-meaning, this certainly would not be considered an emergency. A 911 caller reported their roommate had eaten their takeout order. A caller reported a hostile cat in their neighborhood. A caller reported they were out of milk. And a caller reported that swallowing a mosquito had caused them to choke and lose their dentures, the report said.
Oh, no.
I like the one about the, can you tell me how to delete this voicemail on my phone? I don't want this voicemail on my phone.
That could be an emergency.
Yeah.
There's some voicemails you need to get rid of.
Yeah, it could
ASAP.
cause a heart attack. There you go. So, something that is serious, we have a story about a car that gets impaled by something very unusual.
Uh-oh. Firefighters in Connecticut said a driver and passenger miraculously walked away without serious injuries after their car ended up impaled on a steel guardrail. Manchester Fire Rescue EMS said in a post that the single vehicle crash on Interstate 384 caused the guardrail to separate and impale the car. The steel guardrail traveled through the passenger compartment between both front seats and then exited the rear, extending approximately 20 feet beyond it, the post said. The department said the driver and passenger miraculously evaded serious injuries and were treated for minor scrapes.
Woo!
Yikes.
If that isn't a brush with death, nothing is.
I know.
Ugh.
That must have been quite the scare.
Yep. And speaking of scared, we have a hawk that was particularly scared after making a house call.
Ooh.
Police in New York came to the rescue
New
of a
York
hawk
City?
that crashed through the window of a home and was unable to find its own way back outside. The Greenberg Police Department said in an online post that officers responded Monday when a hawk crashed through the window of a residence within the town. The department shared video of the hawk standing in the grass with its wings outstretched after being carried outside. Thankfully, the hawk was not injured and was able to fly away after being helped outside by officers, the post said. Very nice.
A happy ending to that story. Could have gone much worse.
Yes. I wonder what the hawk was doing that it just crashed through a window.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of little birds running into windows, but
yeah,
usually not a hawk.
No. Maybe it was chasing a little bird. Maybe the little bird was a little bit sly.
Oh.
Well, that's all that we have for tonight. We appreciate you joining us.
We do?
I guess.
Of course we do.
If you would like us to cover any unusual stories, please post them in the comments below. And we would love to have some stories from you guys.
Yeah, so please send in those stories. 30 to 60 seconds long is all it takes. You can just shoot it on your cell phone real quick and win a fabulous prize. And, more importantly, be a part of this fabulous program.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed. We hope you all have a wonderful week. And God bless.
Yourself a round of applause.